Hey everyone, Dempsey here, and welcome to the first installment of my Arknights review series. Yeah, I know, all I do is just shitpost about a character that will never get a skin, but let me try something new, alright? And let me dream about the skin too. So far I haven't seen anyone making any Arknights event review. Oh. Well, it's been a really long time since Skorak uploaded, so I will buy the rights of making this series for free. But for now, without further ado, let's get into our most recent event in Arknights. How do I read this again? Alright, let's start with the story. Alright, obviously I'm not going to dive deep into the story, but I will try to give it a good summary. To summarize the story, it's mainly about Spectre regaining her sanity and fight the Seaborns along the way with Skadi and Gladia in Iberia, and protect Terra from potentially another disaster. I know, we got a Chad-looking NPC and a JoJo reference. I'm going to give the story 4 onigiris out of 5, mainly because it's Abyssal Hunter event, and it has been milked a lot. And for now, we go to the music part, and I am pretty sure that you heard the Golden Age like a billion times already, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to play it for a little bit. This might be biased, but Arknights didn't have any bad soundtracks. Sure, there are some stuff that me and you don't like because they don't fit our taste, but you can't deny that Hypergriff were always kicking ass with their music. There are other soundtracks too, but I just wanted to show the Golden Age, mainly because the other soundtrack sounds kinda depressing. But yeah, they don't really fit my taste. But regardless, I will give it a 4. And now, the moment that Gasha Addicts wanted to see. The Operator. Since it's another Arknights celebration event, which was also the 3rd anniversary on CN, they gave us 4 new Operators: Winfield, Lumen, Irene, and finally an altered version of our formerly psychotic Sharknan, Spectre the Unchained. Winfield, who is a 5-star supporter, has some devices to buff your units, but in his case he can only buff casters and supporters, sadly. Lumen, who is the free 6-star medic of this event, can help reduce negative effects like stuns, freeze, and cold. Irene, the Spanish bird girl with the big forehead that you probably have seen memes about, is a 6-star guard and a sword master to be specific, or as I like to call it, a double strike guard. Her skills introduce a new mechanic, and that's levitation. When using her skill, she will levitate enemies into the air for a period of time. It is definitely a useful skill if you want to prioritize those aerial units instead of the ground ones, since they might be a higher threat to you, depending on the situation of course. One of my favorite skills of Irene is definitely skill 3. Like, look!
What the hell is this?
She literally becomes fucking Dante from Devil May Cry, and I love it. And last but not least, Spectre Alter, and well, it's Spectre, but more sane. This time around, Spectre is a Doll Keeper. When her health reaches 0, she will not be retreated. Instead, her substitute will take her place, at least for a period of time. Her substitute has 0 blocks and can attack enemies. Her talent allows her to slow down the enemies and deal arts damage. Once the substitute is done, Spectre will come back into the fight. Yeah, just like that. Cool. The only problem with Doll Keepers, when the substitute is done, the operator will have 0 skill points, which is sometimes risky. And the problem with Spectre, the slowdown effect isn't that much, and same thing with the DPS. But with the release of this event, all the Doll Keepers, including Spectre, got their modules. Spectre's module will fix all the slowdown and DPS issues, including the skill points too. So no need to worry about it. Hey everyone, Postscript Dempsey here. I forgot to mention that the module will not fix all the problems that I stated earlier until the module upgrading system comes in, I think, early December. So yeah, I just wanted to make things clear and fix that mistake. Overall, the banner is really worth pulling for, so I will give it 4 onigiris out of 5. With With a surprising amount of good, let's get to the bad stuff. I don't like how this UI looks, honestly. Like, what was wrong with the one-line layout of showing the stages? This one kind of feels unnecessary. Listen, I know that they are trying to do new stuff, and I really respect that, honestly. In fact, looking at future events on CN, they have improved a lot, but for this event, I don't really like it. Let's get to one of the most obvious issues with this event. The fucking enemies. And oh my god, dodge after dodge after dodge. It is so bad that it's going to give me PTSD. If you don't have an operator that can silence the enemies, God help you, my man. If you think the enemies were not bad enough, the boss fight. That fucking head of a Seaborn has 4 fucking phases. Not to mention that this motherfucker can dodge too. I just want to know, who was that one Hypergriff employee that thought this was a good idea? What's even worse, that in the 4th phase, the Seaborn's attacking speed will increase by a lot, and it will heal. And don't you even think leaking the boss, because you will straight up lose. He is not like the other bosses where they only take 2 life points when you leak them. But this one straight up ends your run. Like, why? Listen, I like hard stages too, but this one is a little bit too much. Not to mention that the elemental damage is present in this event. But hey, at least we got wandering medics. There's another mechanic that I don't like, and that's corrupted tiles. When you kill certain enemies, they will corrupt a tile. And as the time flies, the corrupted tiles will eventually spread out within the stage, and they will give you elemental damage to your operators. But yet again, you can still use the components to make things less tedious. Or you can silence an enemy before it dies so that tile doesn't get corrupted and spreads around. Even if the tile gets corrupted, you are given an item, and that's called the Hand of the Saint. Once you progress into the stages and collect the component parts, you will be able to get an upgrade for the Hand of the Saint so you can remove the corrupted tiles, which we will get to another point, and that's the Hand of the Saint doesn't even work properly. It's bugged. Sometimes it doesn't deal damage to an enemy, and sometimes it doesn't remove the corrupted tiles. I would have added the component segment into the good side, but since it's bugged and doesn't work properly, it's here in the bad, sadly. In short, the event is really good, but you will definitely suffer if you don't use certain operators. And the boss will definitely kick your ass if you are not careful enough or have any strong operators. And since it's an Abyssal Hunter event, the story is really great. Despite my hate against Hypergriff for making it a main focus at this point, and all the new operators that got introduced into the gacha are really worth it. And there might be some stuff that I didn't really talk about because I really didn't feel it's necessary or would be easy for me to explain it. If you think that there was something really necessary that I didn't talk about, leave it in the comments. I would appreciate some criticism to improve myself in the future. And tell me about your thoughts about this event. Did you hate it? Did you like it? Or you didn't even think about playing it? Anyway, I will rate this event 4 out of 5. And for now, I will see you later. Bye.